Hey, what is up, guys? It's Sam Haydwich here, and I'm doing a voiceover for a CSS gameplay, some CSS gameplay that I recorded not long ago, and it's Iceland deathmatch. The map is Iceland. I'm playing a deathmatch server, and basically you just in deathmatch you can choose whatever weapons without spending any money, and you basically buy it, and then you can respawn with the same gun if you want to every single time. It's instant respawn, so you don't have to wait those pesky moments or seconds to respawn. So the guns that I use in this gameplay is an AWP, which is conventionally the strongest gun in the game, and it's pretty much overpowered if you get a gun. But the next gun is the Scout, one of my favorite guns in the game. It's because you really need skill to use it, because you gotta, if you want to do a one-shot kill, you gotta hit him in the head, straight in the head. If you don't hit him in the head, you have to hit 2 times in the body, and that can cost you a life if you don't hit him in the head there. But it depends on the situation. But if it's close up, medium engagements, then you're probably gonna lose if you don't hit him in the head. It depends on movement and your body placement and wherever you're standing. And the next gun I'm using is the P90, and actually no, the AK and then the P90. The AK-47, one of the strongest guns in the game as well. If you hit him in the head, it's you kill him, and it's an insta kill if you hit him in the head. AK is one of those guns that's really well known in the gaming community if you're an FPS shooter, FPS player, and it's really one of the most used guns in the game. It's if you're T, and you basically want to get that gun, because it depends on the person though. But the AK, at least 5 people is going to be using it on your team if you are playing. If you're playing on a pub server, that is. And the next gun, P90. P90, also one of my favorite guns. If you're rushing, it's basically one of those rushing guns that you use for rushing. Basically, that's blatantly obvious there. It has a very high fire rate, and it has a good amount of bullets inside the clip and or the magazine, and you can get a lot of shots fired, and you can get a lot of kills if you use your aim, your accuracy, and your body placement correctly. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about some tips on when you're playing using certain weapons. Now, first off, I'm gonna talk about the P90 when you're rushing. So I'm gonna be talking about rushing situations. Alright, so when you're rushing, timing and your placement of where you're standing and how you move is actually one of those biggest factors. And how you shoot, basically where you aim, is also a big factor. So let's say you're in a situation, there's about 3 guys in a room. They're all standing in a delta formation, which is kind of like a V-shaped. And let's say you walk in, and around the corner you see the delta-shaped 3 enemies there. So what you want to do is, it depends on the situation. It could vary very differently from because it's very dynamic on how people choose to stand. You know, it won't be the same in every situation. So let's say the first guy fires a shot at you. You want to take him down first, because he's the first person to notice you. Maybe the 2 other guys are looking somewhere else or just screwing around. You want to take down the guy that shoots at you first, or the guy that looks at you first, because they're going to be the biggest threat there, and you wanna choose your targets carefully, because it could mean life or death at that point. So let's say you see, and the second guy notices that you just killed his buddy there. You want to take him down, but you want to move because if you're just standing there, he's probably gonna get you. So the thing is, when you move, they expect you to strafe one area, the full length strafe. Like if you're moving from one area to one area, you're gonna have a full strafe from one end to the other end. Now they're gonna expect you to do that full strafe, and then they're gonna want to shoot at you. Like they want to lead the bullets into you, so they're gonna aim a little bit in front of you. So what you want to do is you want to stop. You just want to stop in the middle of your strafe. Depends on how far you're going to strafe, but you have to stop right in the middle of it, so they kind of get their aim off, because they're gonna be following you, and they won't be expecting that that stop there. So they're gonna have to readjust their aim and shoot at you. And those few seconds there that they're readjusting, you can get them, and that's gonna be like a 2 to 5 second engagement there. So you take that guy out, so it's 2 guys down and 1 guy to worry about. Now I'm sure that last guy has gone in time to readjust his aim at you, so you're probably in trouble there. But the one thing you want to do is just get your sights on him and start firing. But he might be able to get you down there any moment there, so you're gonna want to strafe. But you have 2 options. You can strafe, or you can just stop and shoot at him. It depends on the situation, how crazy he's looking there, like how how uncomfortable. I can't say it. I don't know. Let's say how surprised he is. That's the word. How surprised he is, and he won't be able to get his accuracy back on you. But it depends. He could be a very calm player, and yeah. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the scout. Now when you're using the scout, you want to stay at around medium to long gauge engagements. You want to stay in the back of your team, and you want to get your shots before the enemy notices you. That's the best time you can get at them. But you want to aim at their head whenever you can. It's always best to aim at their head, because it's a one-shot kill if you shoot them in the head. If you're like me and you like to do rushes with the scout, which is not the best idea if you're new to using sniper rifles like the scout, then you're gonna want to have quick, fast aiming and reaction time. And I'm very good at well, I know I'm pretty good at my accuracy is best when I'm close range, and you can see there that I just got some close range eagle kills in the scout earlier, if you notice, if you're watching the gameplay. So the scout is a very good gun if you know how to use it. For some people, they would prefer the AWP, because the AWP is kind of like the weapon you fall back on, because it's one-shot kill wherever you shoot him, which is kind of bullcrap, you know, if you think about it. If you shoot him in the toe, he's gonna die instantly. So let's talk about long-range engagements. When you're in long-range engagements, you wanna do movements like whenever you shoot, you want to stand still, because it could affect your shooting. You want to use movements though. If they have a sniper rifle as well, then they're gonna have a good chance to hit you at any moment. So you want to do movements, like you want to move in some ways that they wouldn't expect you to. So you kind of want to get in their shoes. You need to understand how they would feel if they're in that situation. There's a lot of quick thinking when this is all happening. If you like RTS games, then you're probably gonna be good at like tactical stuff. So let's make up a picture in our head. Let's say you're using the scout. You're playing on Dust 2. Not everybody knows what Dust 2 is, because most of you subscribe for Minecraft. But if you do know Dust 2, go you, man, go you. So if you say you're Dust 2, you're walking on Cat, which is it's like a little ledge part, and there's guys through the door to the left of you, and you can see them through the door, and they're starting to shoot at you, and they have a scout. And what you want to do is you want to just try and get the best positioning you can, get the best angle on them. you want to catch him in the middle of his shot, like right after he shoots. He's reloading. In that little time, he has to scope back in. Now that's a few seconds there. That's precious. That you could, a few precious seconds there that you can get him. You just want to choose your timing correctly, and you want to get the best timing to take the guy down. So yeah, and the next gun you want to talk about is the AK-47. AK-47, one of my favorite guns, because it's basically a sniper rifle and an assault rifle at the same time. It's a sniper rifle without a scope. It has very good long-range engagements and also medium engagements. Of course, its accuracy isn't as good as sniper rifles, but it's still very good at taking them down at long-range engagements. So, AK-47, it has a kind of slow fire rate. You want to be careful on your bursts. You want to burst when you're doing medium-range engagements. You want to get them at the burst, because if you're just spraying, there's no way you're gonna get them. Yeah, so at medium range, you want to get your burst down. You got to practice that burst. If you're just starting playing and you don't really have a burst down, and you don't really understand the gun, you're basically screwed, because you gotta understand the gun in order to kill people. Now, let's talk about close range engagements with this gun. Now, if you're doing a close range engagement and he's right in front of you and he's shooting at you, and you want to spray, make sure you don't aim for his body. You gotta aim a little bit lower, about his legs. Depends how close you are. If you're pretty far back, you want to aim like at the ground, like in front of him, basically like about a few inches in front of his feet. That's where you want to shoot. That's where you want to aim, because bullets fly up in this game, and they don't just fly straight whenever you're spraying, because this like unrealistic. If it just goes straight. The bullets go straight, perfectly accurate if you're just spraying, like Call of Duty, you know. So that's medium and close engagements. Long range engagements, you want to keep the burst down. You gotta keep the amount of bullets you fire from between 1 and 3 bullets. You don't want to fire more than that, because it could take down your accuracy at that range, especially if you're versing another sniper, and you're probably gonna get owned there. So you got to be careful. It's all about movement. It's all about accuracy, and it's all about your bursts when you do AK. I think I think we talked about all the guns. I believe I talked about the op. No, the op is basically you can't really move. When you're moving and shooting, you got to be careful. You got to be cautious of what direction you're walking. Let's say you're walking left. You gotta aim to the right of them, but you gotta walk pretty slow. You gotta stop while you're walking, because if you just keep walking, your accuracy is gonna go down really low. So you gotta be careful on that. Usually you're gonna want to shoot when you're like you're stopped. You don't wanna stand still when you shoot whenever you have the chance, because not only does it, like, for some reason, when you're rushing them and you just stop right in front of them, it's like their accuracy just farts, because they expect you to keep moving, so they aim, and they're basically trying to anticipate your paths. If you're walking forward, they're gonna expect you to keep going forward, so they're gonna have a different type of accuracy. So if you just stop right in front of them, they're gonna be trying to anticipate your path, and that's kind of, I don't know how to explain it though, because it's kind of weird. If you see in the gameplay, sometimes I rush them and then I just stop. Somehow they don't hit me, and I take down most of them. I don't know if that's shock, or it's just something with you just stopping and that they expect you to move somewhere else. So the biggest things in this game is about shooting. Let me see. The 3 biggest things is accuracy, movement, and how you use the gun. Basically, you have to understand your weapons. you need to understand your weapons, because how are you going to shoot your gun? How are you going to kill people if you don't know how your gun works and how the burst is different from other guns? Because you got to get used to that. And you got to understand the accuracy, how much the accuracy lowers when you're at certain ranges, and how much your accuracy lowers when your bursts are in different types. So you got to be careful and everything, and you have to try and understand your weapon as much as you can. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If I forgot anything, I'll put it in the description or in annotation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, a comment if you thought it was helpful. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I kind of just winged it on this one. I'm just talking from the top of my head from an experience I had in Counter-Strike. So hopefully my experiences kind of helped you guys in my skills. And you guys should go start playing Counter-Strike right now, right after this video finishes. I'm just playing with you. Play Counter-Strike whenever you want. So yeah, hit the subscribe button if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this. Minecraft video is going to be posted later on. Also, I will be uploading a BF2 video pretty soon. It depends on which one I upload first. So BF2 video, you're gonna go check that out if you want. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you guys later.
Dominating. Rampage. Rampage. Headshot. 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 Multi-kill. Headshot. Rampage. Killing spree. Rampage. Headshot. Rampage. Multi-kill. Headshot. Rampage. Monster kill. Unstoppable. Ultra kill. Godlike. Wicked sick. Rampage. Headshot. Dominating. Wicked sick. Rampage. Rampage. Holy shit. Headshot. Rampage. Monster kill. Unstoppable. Multi-kill. Multi-kill.